No, it's all good. It's all good. You need that. You need that. Actually, do that for me. I may need that too. Thank you all for coming today. This is what I experienced as a miracle. All these people are here gathered to embrace love. That's all it is. We're here on the act of love. My very first talk ever was, I was in Toastmasters and I was doing it, and I kind of went into Toastmasters like, I want to try it out, but I don't know how to be a speaker. I just want to just be a little bit more confident. I ended up getting a Toastmasters, ended up doing a competition, won a little competition, and then, okay, cool, you should do a public speech. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. People really want to hear what I have to say. It just didn't occur to me. A lady reached out to me on Twitter. She was like, I've seen some of your stuff. We need you as our speaker. It turns out that she was the representative of Dr. Ben Carson doing presidential candidates. My very first speech was in a room with 500 to 700 people, and my opponent was Donald J. Trump. In my mind, I'm like, okay, he's just some rich guy. That's just the motivation. He spoke about obviously making America great. I spoke about let's love America great. And that was my very first speech. That right there is a miracle. When you embrace your power, you start attracting miracles. Miracles. Things that's beyond your physical mind. So with that being said, I am Alan Little with a little motivation. I'm a TEDx speaker, and also I'm an accredited life coach right here in Kansas City. I'm a firm believer that the conversations we have with each other are very important. However, the most important conversation we have is the one we have with ourselves. Because the conversation we have with ourselves is the filter of how we connect with other human beings. I'm Alan Little with a little motivation. Today, we're going to talk about passion to profits. When Jim was talking about my first time here, I was here like, well, maybe I can be a speaker and coach full-time. Maybe I can make a business out of it. And they was my mentors, my gurus, how can I build a business out of this? And I would be here speaking and working on that, and then I would go out and I would deliver packages for Amazon. I was an Amazon delivery driver. I was like 8 to 12 hours a day. 50 to 75 packages. Actually, Sylvia, I delivered a package to her once.
Get in here.
Yeah, she let me in. She had a beautiful house. She let me right on in. And I'm like, oh wow, I was just delivering packages. And then the other delivery drivers like, yeah, you're delivering packages. I'm like, in their mind, they're like, they want to deliver packages. In my mind, I'm like, no, I'm delivering packages because soon I want to deliver miracles. So this delivering packages is supporting me to soon be delivering miracles in my speaking and life coaching. I was able, a year ago, actually last month, to walk away from that Amazon delivery driving to do delivering miracles full time. That's all I do. Thank you. And so my intention with this talk is to give you the roadmap. How can you go from what you're doing, for some of us that's working full time, for some of us that's doing it kind of part time. How can we go from full time, what we're doing for a living, to full time, what we want to do to make a life? How do we turn our passion into a profit? So these are some roadmaps, little bitty pointers that I came up with. It's a list of about 10 or 11 things for you guys. First things first, when you're embracing your passion and you're wanting to do it for full time, you should know that everybody has an opinion. Be aware of that. Everybody has an opinion. The moment you tell someone, I want to do this, you're going to invite their opinion on that. I want to be a singer. Girl, you can't sing. The physical reality ensures that people's opinions go directly to you in a way that affects you because it wants to see how serious are you about going after your passion. I was very, very lucky. When I first said I want to do the speaking and coaching full time, my opinions was coming from these people, and they were positive opinions. Surround yourself with people with opinions that empower you, not devour you. I am very selective of who I talk about my next move to. Very selective. Because just like a fertile, like a little baby, you don't go give your baby to everybody. You give your baby to people you trust, people you love. There's two things you want to make sure when you're embracing someone with your passion that you want to do full time. First things first, make sure they have what you want. Make sure they're credible. I love you, Uncle Bozo. Uncle Bozo, you're a carpenter. I'm getting to speaking. We're not the same realm. Make sure you have a level of success that you want in a similar realm or something in a way that can help you. The next aspect is if they're successful, okay, make sure they love you. Sometimes people have their own self-interest in mind, and you don't want to go speaking about your passion, and the next thing you know, 5 months later, they come out with the same thing and change the name. That's not likely to happen, but in all reality, make sure that they have what you want, and they love you. They care about you. Next one. We create what's possible. Yesterday, I got a call from the Inventors Bureau of Kansas City. They want me to give a speech to a bunch of inventors. And what they were telling me was, Alan, we are quite literally taking things that seem impossible and we're trying to make them possible in terms of an invention. We're trying to make things out of thin air that people can't even conceive. We need you to come and motivate our inventors that their invention can actually impact the earth. Because right now, they're in a state where they feel like they're just doing it for nothing. People's opinions. My response to that is that we create what's possible. We decide if it's possible or not. Two people can say it's impossible. All it takes is you believing that it's possible to make it happen. I'm a very faith-based man. People in here that knows me knows that. And I'm a firm believer that a million no's from people means nothing from one yes from God. I'm a firm believer of that. All you need is that one yes. And you keep believing that, and you keep acting on that, that one yes will overrule all no's. My favorite word, when I was building my business, building my coaching practice, was delusional. I was completely delusional. First getting out, oh, I want to be a speaker coach. You're going to come across opinions and everything, but me, I literally cannot hear what they say. I'm delusional. I'm living in my inner reality so much that I don't even believe the physical reality. I remember looking at my bank account. On my birthday, my bank account had like $19 in it. 2 years ago, $19 in my bank account. I'm like, okay, let's add 3 zeros. That's my bank account, that's what I'm focused on. I was delusional. And when you're delusional in your inner reality, the physical reality will follow that every single time. But the key is to be delusional, although the physical reality is showing you something else. I need you to be persistent with your delusion. Even though things are falling apart, even though it seems like it's not going to work, even though people are telling you it's not going to happen, keep staying in your faith, keep staying in your inner reality, and it will slowly and surely manifest. Because the universe brings people into your life to try to bring you down on purpose. It brings you down on purpose. Because it's not about what they say. It's about what you do in response to what they say. Who you are, you can say, I'm a very positive person. But if nothing negative ever happens, how do we know you're positive? Like, yeah, it's easy to be positive when the weather's nice and everything's going right. Yeah, it's easy to be positive then. But can you be positive when you get home and it turns out that, the mortgage is late? Or it could be anything like your car's not working, or you're running late to an appointment, or you don't get a job. Whatever it is. Can you be positive in spite of negativity? That's the real question. That's the resilience. That's the energy that people follows. People follow certainty. I'm going this way. I don't know where we're going. I can't see. It doesn't matter if I can see. I can see with my mind's eye. I see with my third eye. I'm going this way. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Next aspect. You have to leap. You have to leap. For everyone, leaping looks different. There's a great fear that they know they have to do to be successful. But coming across that fear, the idea of just risking it all and leaping, well, like Steve Harvey said, if you don't leap, you won't be able to fly. If you don't leap, you can't fly. Entrepreneurship is the process of leaping and learning how to build an airplane on the way down. Can I get an amen? For the entrepreneurs in here. Learning how to build an airplane on the way down. You might hit the ground. You might not, but you just gotta learn how to do it. But nothing will happen if you don't. See, me, I leaped. I was in my place, I was like, if this is going to happen, I wanted it bad. At the time, I was living in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, I was living in Des Moines, Iowa. I was working a job I didn't really like that much, but I really, really wanted to build a business. And I was at a space where I was like, okay, cool. My greatest expense is my rent and all the things that comes along with that. And I'm like, I want this to happen as quick as possible. I want to go all in. I left my job. I took out my entire 401k. I lived off my 401k for 3 to 5 months, which every financial advisor is like, just cringing right now. My 401k ran out. I kept running. I found myself living out of my car for 3 to 5 months. Because I'm like, this is not going to be permanent. I'm going to make this work. I refuse to go back. I refuse to go back to that job. That just, I don't feel appreciated at. Now, there's nothing wrong with jobs. Some people have a phenomenal career, a great career. But for me, I'm like, the way I want to deliver miracles, I cannot do it at my job. I was a cell phone salesman. A cell phone salesman. I was selling phones. I mean, as much as I'll say here, I can up your bandwidth on your phone, and no. It just wasn't for me. Living out of my car, it was nothing but me, and it was Creator. And I would talk every night. God, please make this work. All I want to do, I'm doing something positive. There's people making these killings doing stuff that's like selling cigarettes and stuff. That's cool, but I want to do something that impacts lives and make money doing it. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I leaped. That leap, it can look like leaving a job. That leap could be a relationship. Some of us have relationships that we know is counterproductive to who we really want to be. It's holding us a little bit. The first step is, I wouldn't say just leave. Have the conversation that need to be had. Baby, I am going after my goal right now, and all you do is put me down, and you tell me I can't do it, and you're so focused on who I used to be, you're not letting me become who I'm going to be. And if your spouse loves you, they will grow with you. The purpose of a relationship is mutual growth. So if people love you, they're willing to grow with you. So leave. Now let's say you leave and you do hit rock bottom. Guess what? Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to learn who your rock really is. You have to hit rock bottom sometimes to learn who your rock really is. When my back was against the wall, when I was sleeping out of my Toyota, 2007 Toyota Corolla at the time, I found out who my rock was. My rock, me, personally, was our Creator. Because it was just me and God. I didn't tell my mom I was living out of my car. That was my only space that I can go to. That's the only shelter I can take. I had a couple of close friends as well. I had community. But at the end of the day, I discovered that my motivation had to come from something that's beyond this physical world. Because this physical world is right now telling me that I'm broke, that I'm poor. Sometimes our rock can be our family. It can be our children. You'll be amazed at how difficult a situation you'll be, and then you play with a 4-year-old. And you'll learn what really inspires you. Hit rock bottom. Learn who your rock really is. Money is energy. When it comes to entrepreneurship, one of the top 10 factors that affects people's ability to do it in a long span of time is their financial, their money beliefs. Their beliefs about money. Some people struggle with asking for money. I was one of them. I said, I'm going to do life coaching and motivational speaking, and I'm going to do it for free, and I'm going to try that. So there were some people that was upset with me, like my landlord, the light bill, cable bill. They wasn't happy with the decision. So like, oh, I got to charge. When you ask for money for what you do, you're not taking anything. You're giving to yourself and you're giving it to the other person. Asking for money is just giving yourself love. Okay, I want to help you buy a house, but at the same time, I would like to help you buy a house with my lights on too. So for me to do that, I'll ask for this certain amount of money to allow me to live my life in a comfortable way and serve as well. Everyone in here has a gift within them. We all have a gift. And the key is to give the gift to others and also give the gift to ourselves. That gift can come from communication, community, money, whatever it comes as. But make sure you fill yourself up with love first and then give love to others. There's no point in giving out love if you're on an empty tank. There's no point of going out and trying to build a business if you're not really asking for as much money as you know you need to ask for. I had a lady, one of my first coaching clients, I met her in Whole Foods, and I told her what I do, and at the time my price was like a couple $100 like for a coaching package. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you're a coach, cool. How much are you?" I'm like, "Well," and then she's like, "Well, before you say, I will not hire anyone that's less than $2,000. Mm-hmm. I will not hire anyone that is less than $2,000. She told me that right to my face. I was like, "I'll get back to you." I went home, found a way to add more value to the package, upped my price, went back to her, said, "Okay, my price is like a little bit over $2,000. And she signed me up immediately. Because in her money belief, she greatly values her life. She's like, "My life is greatly valuable. So I don't want to go Walmart shopping for my life." That was her psychology. That's money is just energy. The energy we bring is the energy we give. This is going to be hard for some of us to swallow. Because some of y'all in here doing something you don't like to do. You will only succeed at something you love to do. What was that?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Very true.
You will only succeed at something you love to do. If you're trying to be the best accountant or the best whatever it is, and you know deep down it's not your passion, it's not what you're here to do, you're going to hit that wall where it's like, I can't push myself to do it anymore. I can't motivate myself to get out of bed anymore. You're going to hit that ceiling. Because that push you're feeling is the push against God pushing you towards your purpose. So don't try to out-push God, because you're not going to win. When you have a purpose, it's something that pulls you. I am pulled to do this. Last year I gave 2 to 3 speeches just about every single month. To me, I was like 7 years old playing a video game. It's fun. It's what I do. It's what I love to do. The thing that you're willing to do for free, the thing that you already do for free, and it serves and helps people, that's possibly your purpose, and that's the thing that you can build a business out of, take it to the next level, and you can succeed in. Because at the end of the day, you're just playing. I'm just playing right now. I got like 19 of my good friends up in here. I'm here hanging out in high school. We just talking, we just chatting. I'm just connecting with family. Do something that the energy feels like playing. The idea of going to work, time to go to work. It's okay to do that, but if you want to leave a legacy, time to go to play. That's where you want to be. You only succeed at something you love to do. You have to have consistent demonstration in what you believe. Some people just call it consistency. Consistency. When I first started my life coaching, my mind, I was like, I want to help everybody in the world. So I wrote down a list of everyone I can contact. I was, true story, messaging 50 to 75 people a week, every single week. Every week. Hey, looking for a life coach. Hey, looking for some motivation. Hey, looking for some positivity. Hey, looking for some love. And I would just go through my inbox. I would meet people. I would be at Walmart talking to people. Yeah, okay, how's it going? Hey, I'm a life coach. Yeah, we should sit down and grab coffee sometime. I didn't care. Because in my mind, I'm like, there's a lot of people where they're showing a mask where they're happy, but deep down inside, they're praying for something. They're looking for something. There's people looking for your business right now. Actually, if you have a purpose within you, your inspiration to do it is not really coming from you. It's the demand of everyone on earth asking you to do what you love to do. You're getting a demand from the entire planet. Please, can somebody help me in this way? And every time you ignore it, you let somebody down. You ignore your call, let somebody down. Ignore your call, let somebody down. Don't ignore your call. Please answer your calling. Now is the perfect time to wake up. Somebody asked me my political opinion about the whole Trump and all of that. And I'm not a political guy, but I just said, well, now would be a great time for light workers to start popping up. Now would be the perfect time for light workers to come up. I'm a firm believer that there's a Mahatma Gandhi that's plunging a toilet right now. He's like, someday I'm going to be able to maybe speak. Mahatma Gandhi's somewhere plunging a toilet. One Buddha is not enough. One Buddha is not enough. Happiness over achievement. Happiness over achievement. Achievement is something you construct in your mind. This is what it's like to be successful. It's like to achieve. Happiness is something you feel in your heart. I love to do this. I fell into that trap before. When I first got into public speaking, I did it competitively with Toastmasters, and I was like, I'm going to be the #1 motivational speaker, public speaker in the world. I was going to speaking events, I was going to seminars, I was investing in DVDs, tapes, all of these. I want to be the best speaker in the world. And what I found myself was speaking in front of mostly judges, critics judging me on my speeches, and trying to fit into what a perfect speaker looks like. Because I wanted the achievement. But what I realized is that I turned speaking into like a critic job-like energy. I just didn't like it. And I changed my perspective of what makes me happy. It makes me happy when I'm sitting down with someone and we're having a conversation about their family. And they're talking about how that they love their family, but there's not that connection. Helping them create that connection with their family, helping them create that connection with themselves. Some of us have a little inner self-talk that beats us up every single day. It's constantly beating us up. It's constantly beating us up. It fuels me to help people discover that they're worthy. You're worthy of your highest imaginings. You don't have to settle for here. You can go to the moon. You can go to the stars. You can go to the cosmos. That's my happiness. That's my happy place. Is it achievement? I don't know, beats me. I'm happy. When I gave my TED Talk, I gave a TED Talk a couple of months ago. The first thing I said was, honestly, I don't care what it does. I'm happy that right now my entire family's in the front row. The entire front row was my family at my TED Talk. Wow, all y'all here? Y'all all there? Happiness over achievement all day long. And it will support you. Some people have these beliefs that, well, doing what makes me happy doesn't pay me. Yes, no, that belief reinforces it, creates it. My mindset, if it makes me happy, money automatically flows. If I don't like it, I'm losing money. So now it's like, ooh, how happy am I doing this? Yep, I can't do it. Secret stuff. This is cool. Be rawly authentic in where you are. If you are in the come up phase of your business, don't go make it seem like you're successful on Instagram. Don't be on social media. So this is what it's like to be successful. This is what it's like to be at top. Don't be walking around with this mask that you are so set and you're so good that you don't need help. I don't need help. I'm good. I got my stuff. I'm actually the one that helps everybody else. I'm the helper. That's who I am. I help people. I don't need help. Don't do that. Because sooner or later, you're going to run into a space where you're going to have like some type of anxiety attack, seizure, midlife crisis, where you're just like, I do need help. When you give to others, you feel a gift when you give, right? Please allow others to experience that gift by giving to you. Don't rob people of the opportunity of the gift of giving because you don't need help. We all need help. I was in this room with some of the organizers, and Sylvia actually, man, I was just like, I don't know about this motivation thing. I was feeling it. Like, I don't remember, because I don't like focus on that, but I was really low. Rent was due the next day. I had about $28 in my account. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And Sylvia's like, you can do it, you can do this, all this, you just make more noise, all of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but nobody's listening to my speeches. No, people don't want to be motivated nowadays. I was having a low moment. But the secret was, I was rawly authentic about it. I let the tears out. I expressed where I was. And obviously things took off and picked up where they did. But at the same time, when you're going through suffering or you're going through a lapse, it doesn't mean it has to be a relapse. You can have a moment of authenticity. The very last post, the very last major post I put on social media before I was able to support myself fully with changing lives was a long post and me in an Amazon uniform on and saying, yeah, you guys see me as Alan with a little motivation, but I'm delivering packages. People know me as Alan Little with a little delivery. Alan Little with a little delivery. I was a delivery. That's where I was at the time. So it's okay to talk about your 9 to 5 every once in a while. Don't be so prideful that you let your ego keep you from telling people where you authentically are. Now, I wouldn't say only talk about that. Say right now, I am generating operating income from this job to run my business. I am generating operating income from my job to run my business. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. See how I am all the time. Okay, just fine. If you are a person of faith, now is the time to exercise it. If you believe in a higher power, now is the time to put the rubber to the road. If you're getting into entrepreneurship, if you're getting into living your passion full time. I mean, a lot of people that says, oh yeah, like, whatever, it could be Buddhism, it could be Hare Krishna, it can be whatever it is. Some people's like, oh yeah, I'm a believer, I'm faith-based, all this stuff, but when it's time to actually exercise that faith, no, I can't do it, I cannot, oh my goodness, I can't go after it. See, for me, I had to surrender. I was like, I cannot do this by myself. I cannot do this alone. If there's something out there that loves me, please help me. Help me. I've done that so many times in my car. I'll park my car. When I was living out of my car, I will park my car over by a grass field. I'll turn it off. I'll lean the seat back. And I'll be like, I don't know what to do. I've done my best. Just, if there's something I'm meant for, if there's anything, just please, just I'll accept any help. I'll accept any help. This was a regular thing for me. I've had some emotional moments in my car. Emotional moments. I was exercising that faith. You have the capacity to do it too. I'm not nothing no special, no. I just learned that my mind cannot create to the same capacity as a higher mind. And I surrendered to that. I surrendered to the power of my heart, the power of love that lives in all of us. The ability to surrender, you would be surprised. Sometimes you don't know what step 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to look like. Just focus on step 2. When you get to step 2, focus on step 3. It's one step at a time. We're almost to the end here.